Axedra. Let's call these motherfuckers up right the fuck now and see what the fuck is going on in their world, man.
Hello?
Hello, Axedra.
Hey, Zach.
What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. We just got done jamming one of your tracks, man. Fucking Buried Alive, dude. Fucking love it, man.
Thanks, man. Means a lot.
So tell us, man, what's going on in the world of Axedra?
Oh, we just recently released this first album on April 30th this year. Right now we're just practicing our songs, getting ready to play live whenever the shows are available again. Really stoked for that. We're also working on some new songs already. We're gathering materials for the future releases. Also trying to build up a fan base. So, by the time we play live, there's going to be some people who know us in the crowd.
Hell yeah, man. This record is fucking badass, man. For people out there that want to check it out, get a copy, where can they go? Do you have physical copies available yet?
We did not make any CDs or anything, so right now it's all digital. But you can find us on Bandcamp. It's axedra.bandcamp.com. And we're pretty much everywhere for streaming services. It's like, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your music, we're there. Yeah. We're also on Facebook as well. You just search up Axedra.
Hell yeah, man. So about the band, like, take us back to the beginning. Like, how did it get started, and what?
Sure. Yeah. It started with my brother Ilnur and me. We were kids just in high school, and we saw a live show like inside of our high school. It was some dudes that we know that played. We heard some of the songs that were actually our favorite songs at the time, so we got like super stoked about playing music, and we're like, we gotta do this too, So we picked up our first guitar in 2007, started practicing a lot. There was like a lot of competition between me and my brother, so we started like progressing very quickly with our skills, and before you know it, we can play some Metallica songs together. And shortly after, we decided to start a band. So for the first little while, we played like some heavy metal music with clean vocals, and over time we started shifting towards more like heavier stuff. We started listening to Slayer, Exodus, Testament, and then transitioned into listening to Cannibal Corpse, D-Side, Decapitated, all those bands. So it was like a huge influence on us. Death metal was like, we have to play something fucking brutal like that, Yeah, so we made the transition, started playing some shows. We had 3 gigs in our hometown, and unfortunately we had to stop there because my brother and I had to move to Canada with our family. When we got here, we kind of put our band on hold for almost 10 years. And just in last year, we decided that we need to make some records. Like, we have a lot of material, but like, we didn't have any decent records to show to our friends or to listen to ourselves, right? So we decided we have to do this, and then as we started recording, we were like, let's make it like an actual album and like publish it and, try to get some listeners.
Wow. So you guys you've only been playing since 2007?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty young. I'm 27.
You guys got really good really fast, man. That's insane.
Thanks, man. Most of the songs that you hear on the album were actually made like back in Russia, like over 10 years ago, and they got some changes here and there, but there are some songs that didn't have like any major changes for 10 years now.
Wow. So what was it like, the transition from Russia to Canada?
It was really rough at first. I mean, in terms of like the environment, the ecology, it's fucking great. It's so much better than there, but just the language barrier was a huge deal. Of course, like, we wanted to play music as well when we moved here, but it just couldn't communicate with anyone. It was really hard to find like Russian musicians. Yeah. So.
Wow. So you learned English also that fast?
Thanks. Yeah, I took a bachelor's program at a university, so that helped.
Wow, man, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Thanks.
That's really cool, man. So how has Canada been receiving the music so far, man?
I don't know. Like, we don't really have a fan base as of yet. We only created our social pages like a month ago. Just started promoting. So there's been some reviews. Like, people seem to love it.
Mm-hmm.
But like death metal is not the most mainstream kind of music, right? So it's hard to gain more listeners.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of bands out there doing it, but you guys are doing something a little bit different, and I think it's special, man. When I hear it, I hear a lot of different things in it that really stick out, and the playing is just, it's amazing, man. And the production on this record too, man, it's just it's top notch, man.
Thanks.
As far as the recording process, can you walk us through that? Like, did you guys go into a studio, or did you do this at home, or what?
No, I did it at home. I ended up buying this sound card just off of Craigslist for like $40 off of some junkies. Yeah, just started with that, and after we started recording, we found out more about the process, got some extra gear, and yeah, just did everything in my room here. But the mixing and mastering, I want to give a shout out to Death Metal Studios. It's a channel on YouTube. It's a guy from Russia. He does all of his like tutorials on YouTube in English. They're freaking great, dude. They're so good. So we got him to actually like do the mixing and mastering for us. So thanks to him.
Very cool, man. Now, for all the gearheads out there wondering, because I'm sure they're wondering right now, like, can you give us a rundown of the equipment that you use to record, to get these sounds? Like, what kind of amps and stuff like that?
Okay, so for the recording, it's a very cheap set that we got. Except for the guitar, we were using my brother's guitar. It's a Dean Razorback, USA made, and we used a DI box called Pro DI by Radio. And then UX2 for the sound card from Line 6. That's all.
Wow, man.
And then, yeah, everything else is just plugins.
That's really cool, man. So I guess for all the people out there listening that are wondering, man, that's all it takes, man. Just it does not take a lot of money to
yeah, these days it really doesn't. It's great.
That's really cool, man. I got some questions for you coming in from the listeners. Leviathan wants to know: have you ever tasted human flesh?
Other than your mom's pussy, no.
Good answer. He also wants to know: will you ever play in Kentucky?
So far we're only like considering playing in Vancouver, which is where we'll leave, but we'll consider it. Yeah, depending on how it goes here, right?
Oh yeah, man. He's also wanting to know about physical copies. Do you guys have plans to put out physical copies sometime in the future?
Possibly, yeah. As for merch right now, we printed 100 shirts. They're also available on Bandcamp. Again, it's axedra.bandcamp.com. We have 2 different designs for this album. But for CDs, we have considered it, but not sure if we're going to do it. We'll see if there's enough requests, and we'll probably do it. It sucks because like you have to, with most companies, you have to order like 100 CDs at a time, which is like a bit too much, it seems.
Well, I gotta say, the album art is fucking beautiful, man. I love it, dude. It would definitely be cool to see it on like a vinyl record or a CD or something, for sure, man.
Thanks. If I can plug in another shout out here.
Yeah.
I want to give a huge thanks to Joyce, who is my girlfriend, but also an amazing artist. She did this album cover for us. It's fucking great. I love it so much. If you're interested in her works, you can follow her at XJYCE on Instagram.
Very cool, man. Yeah, she did a great job on that for sure, man.
Yeah.
I love it with the goat head monster thing and the people surrounding a mass deception, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Can you describe what some of the lyrics on these songs are about?
Yeah, so like we're mostly focused on brutal lyrics with vivid descriptions of the ideas we're trying to convey. So the main theme of the album is anti-religious, as you can probably tell from the album cover. We are targeting sides of religion that we perceive as evil. So that includes like brainwash and forced participation, exploitation of like people's fears, such as like fear of death, and close-mindedness, stagnations in the society in terms of like scientific progress and certain law regulations that are caused by religion. So yeah, 5 of our 8 tracks are basically like about that stuff. By the way, that being said, like I want to say that I don't believe that all religious people are brainwashed, but I do think that religion as an institution is outdated and it's not what people perceive it to be. Mm-hmm. It's often used for manipulation and personal gain. So yeah, that's our view of the world of religion, and this is why we did it. All in the name of Satan.
Hail Satan, man. I can't agree more.
Yeah.
Another question Lady Red wants to know, have you ever been in any other bands?
No. I played with some friends, but it wasn't like anything big. We didn't have any live gigs or anything.
How many instruments can you play?
Well, I play the guitar. I'm also the vocalist on the recording. All of the vocals are mine, but currently my brother, Ilnur, he's also trying to learn how to scream, so he's going to do the back vocals on our shows. And I also played some drums, so I kind of know a little bit about drumming as well.
Hell yeah. Lady Red also wants to know, have you ever played in Winnipeg?
Possibly, yeah. That sounds like something more doable than Kentucky.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I imagine that the travel is pretty hard right now with COVID and everything.
Yeah, right now it's basically impossible, right?
So what kind of plans do you guys have for the future?
Yeah, so as I said, we already started working on some new songs, so we're actually planning to start releasing singles within the next few months, or maybe, I'm sure before the end of the year we're going to release some singles, and that will be all in preparation for a second album, which I hope to release in the next couple of years. So stay tuned, we're definitely going to release more music. We already have like material, just like parts and pieces for 5 more songs already.
Oh yeah. Another question, Secret Weapon wants to know, are Canadian jails better than Russian jails?
I don't know. Do they serve potatoes in Canadian jails?
Potatoes.
Dude. Potato is sacred in Soviet Russia.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of. They call it the second bread, and bread is like the head to every meal.
Oh, yeah. Another question, Leviathan wants to know, if you could share the stage with 3 bands, dead or alive, who would they be?
That would be fucking sick to play with Cannibal Corpse. Decapitated, but early version of them, I don't really like their music that much that they're releasing now, but like back in the day it was fucking killer. And Slayer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Slayer is one of my all-time favorites.
What happened to Slayer, man? I can't believe they quit, dude. As soon as they quit, fucking the world went to shit, man. Like,
True. I think I saw some ads that they're like making vinyls though.
Yeah,
it's cool.
They definitely need to. Well, I've read a lot that Kerry King is definitely planning on putting out some new music with some people. So at some point, that would be cool.
Yeah. I attended one of their shows for the last world tour.
Yeah,
dude, it was fucking kick ass.
Oh yeah, man. Slayer is awesome live, man. That's one of my favorite bands to see live for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Another question, Vioguez wants to know, are you beer drinkers or liquor drinkers?
Both. During like parties we drink a bunch of vodka for sure. But when it's like you're watching the movie, it's definitely a beer.
He also wants to know, do you like old Slayer or new Slayer better?
Me personally, old Slayer. Seasons in the Abyss is my favorite album.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, man. That's one of my favorite records of all time, dude.
Yeah, it's sick. But like the last album is also pretty good.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with Slayer. Like Slayer is one of those bands. You know, there's certain bands that like if you're listening on Spotify and you click on a band and you hit shuffle on their entire thing, you know, some of them there's stuff that you're gonna skip. But with Slayer, I found that I usually don't skip anything. Like there's nothing that they have ever done that I don't like enough to the point where I want to skip it. You know what I mean? Like I'm totally fine just listening to Slayer. Just let it play, man.
Yeah, it used to be the case for me that I would have a hard time like getting used to Tom's vocals when I was just like a heavy metal fan. But when I got used to it, it was like fucking kick-ass. Actually, when I started like doing vocals, it was because of Tom Araya.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, that brings me to my next question, man. Can you tell us about your influences? Like, what got you into metal music and what got you started?
So for me, yeah, I was, I think, 7 years old or 8 years old, and my brother and I went to this summer camp, and that was the time when Rammstein was like super famous in Russia. Like everybody would play it, so they played Du Hast like all the time there, and my brother just got hooked. But I didn't really like it at the time. And when we got home after the summer camp, he would like force me to listen to it, and then I also got hooked. So for the next 3 years, him and I would only listen to Rammstein like day and night. So that was our like gateway drug, I guess, gateway band into metal. And then we started listening to some heavy metal bands from Russia, and then Metallica, Slayer, Exodus, and yeah, death metal eventually. But yeah, our biggest influences in death metal are Cannibal Corpse, D-Side, Decapitated, as I mentioned. Putrid Pile, the one-man band is fucking awesome as well. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there that influenced us.
Another question, Secret Weapon wants to know, do you guys have children? And if so, who has the most?
I don't yet, but my brother has 2 children, and the other 2 bandmates, the drummer and the bassist, they're also pretty young. They don't have kids yet.
Have you guys played any live shows yet, or just studios so far?
No, just studio. Actually, we assembled our band just I want to say in July or August last year, and that's when already the like COVID happened, right? So we couldn't play any live shows yet.
Wow, man. I can't get over the fact that you guys are so new and you sound like you've been around for a long time, man.
Yeah, like, because our focus is more like old school death metal. So it's like a little different from a lot of the new death metal bands produced this time.
Oh, yeah. Another question, Vicky wants to know, do you listen to the radio or like what outlets do you use to listen to music?
I mostly use iTunes, but sometimes I tune in on the radio on like whatever comes up.
Right on. Another question, how and who came up with the band's name, Axedra?
That was also my brother. By the way, big shout out to him as well. He's been like he's like the main creator of all our songs. Like he wrote the most riffs and assembled the songs together. He came up with the name. It was actually quite a funny story. He was just drunk and he went to buy some more vodka. And this is like I'm not even memeing. This is true. Like he went to buy some more vodka, and on the vodka bottle it said extra. And he was like, I wonder what it would sound like if I put like an extra letter in there. And he was like, oh, etc. And then he changed it to Axedra eventually. So yeah, it just it just came from a bottle of vodka.
I love that, man. Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking vodka, man. Hell yeah. Another question, Leviathan wants to know, what are your opinions on Nickelback?
Favorite band. Second to Slayer only.
Seriously?
No. Actually, I don't even know if I heard any of their songs, to be honest. I know they receive a lot of hate, but yeah, I don't even know.
Hell yeah. Another question, who did your logo?
Me and my brother, we designed the logo together, and then Joyce, who also did the album cover, she like perfected it.
Hell yeah, man. I love it, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Thanks.
All right, well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Well, as I said, like we're going to be releasing some singles, so stay tuned. There's some merch, the shirts. Go check them out. If you like them, order through Bandcamp. And if there's enough requests for CDs, we'll definitely make some as well.
Awesome. All right, well, before I let you go, I got to get you to make us a station tag, all right?
What is that?
A station tag? Like, basically, whenever you're ready, say something like, this is Axedra, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Okay, cool. Hey, this is Axedra, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, man. All right, well, thanks a lot, dude, for taking the time to talk to us. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Axedra for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, Zach. I really appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, brother, anytime, man. Cheers.
It's a pleasure. Cheers.
We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, see ya.
There you have it, folks. Axedra live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your fucking neighbor's driveway. Get a fucking U-Haul truck for them, like Lady Red said, and put the speakers in the back of the U-Haul truck and blast it so they can go ahead and get ready to fucking move. If you're in the basement, tape your fucking speakers to the ceiling and crank this shit up. This is Axedra with Mass Deception.